Good morning, Belladonna Laveau, the Archpriestess of the Aquarian Tabernacle Church. So I was trying to think of what to tell you or teach you or talk about with the charm school this morning. And it's like, do I know a bunch of beauty magic? One of the cool things I know about beauty magic is if you take a handful of rose petals and you throw them in between the sheets with your lover, they will want to have sex. I've tried that one. That one does work. It's fun. But one of the most important parts about being a witch, and this is what I learned when I was a very young witch, is that witches are known to have the properties or the abilities to make people beautiful. And when I discovered that, I just decided that I was going to own that. And I was going to use that energy that I was a witch and I had the ability to make people beautiful, to make people beautiful. And that is why when you meet my students, they are beautiful. And when you see our group, you're like, wow, they're all so pretty. I don't know if they come to us beautiful. I don't think they do, but I do know that they get more beautiful as they hang around. And I do that on purpose. So my perspective on that, I guess the thing that I do, I saw this video when I was a little girl in the Mormon church. And it talked about this tribe who bought wives. And if you were a one cow, they would trade cows. One cow wife, you were not a very good wife. And if you were a 5 cow wife, you were a really super awesome cow. You were a really awesome wife, not cow. But so the women would brag about how many cows they were worth and stuff like that. And this one man was interested in this particular woman, but she was not considered a very worthy bride. Her father was very mean to her. She did not take care of herself. She did not have her hair all combed. She pretty much lived outside in the trees because her dad beat her. And so when this really handsome man in the village decided he wanted to marry her and came to discuss her bride price, she was really afraid that she was only going to be a 1 cow wife because that's all she was really worth to anybody. Well, he paid 5 cows for her. Woo! And it was a moving story. I'm sorry. And so he took her to his home. And when her dad came to meet her, like 6 months later, he did not find the ugly, beat down woman that he had met. He found a woman that had confidence and beauty and poise and grace. And so he pulled the husband aside and he said, "What did you do to her to make her like this?" And he said, "I just told her how beautiful she was every day. And I showed her how wonderful she is and what she did right. And she blossomed." And I'm silly for crying. But that's just what I do with people. I just love them. And I show them what they're good at. And I tell them that they're amazing when they're amazing. And I try to ignore when they do something that's not particularly amazing and not highlight that, because everybody makes mistakes. But I do say, hey, this is what you're doing right. This is what you're doing good. I mean, if somebody needs instructions, you help them. But, instead of pointing out what somebody's doing wrong all the time, you point out what they're doing right. That's what I do with my children. That's what I do with my students. That's what I do with people. And I find that they really blossom. And I don't believe that Goddess makes ugly people. I think that humans make ugly people. And that if you help somebody see their beauty, then they will be beautiful. So that's your beauty magic for today. Sorry I cried all over it. I hope you have a great Sunday.